Hola.
Hola. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, October 11th. Thanks so much for joining us for Live with Lee and Hayley today.
We got circus performers outside.
Yeah, we do. We're excited. They are in Lexington. I think it began yesterday. They're going to be here for several more days. And so we're going to tell you about that. It's a circus set up kind of out at Fayette Mall in Lexington.
They're tiny people.
Are they?
They're very thin, tiny people. Oh. They have to be. I mean, to be able to do what they do, I think.
Yeah, they do.
They were stretching out in the hallway.
Wow.
I haven't stretched ever.
Really?
Ever.
It shocks me.
I mean, I stretch, but it's not an intentional stretch. It's,
right.
You know.
Reach to get the beer.
Right.
Reach to get your old fashioned. I understand.
Correct.
As we start today, I want to give a big happy birthday shout out to my mom. She always watches us online. So happy birthday, Mom. Today is her birthday. And
happy birthday.
Yes.
And
yes. So she said to tell you she will be waiting by the mailbox for the gift you've sent her.
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
Yeah.
Does it bark? Does it purr? Does it come? Does it have a very big price tag? These are things she requires.
It dances.
It dances.
Yes. Perry's not going to like it.
Nope. He's not going to be pleased. Anyway, happy birthday, Mom. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we are talking about the circus on the show today, and our friends from Sonny's Barbecue are here. They're going to help us celebrate National Pulled Pork Day a little bit early. It's actually tomorrow, but we are celebrating today, so you can make your plans to celebrate tomorrow.
They've invented something that incorporates a donut.
That's what I saw. They're doing something that incorporates their barbecue and a donut.
I'll try.
So we will see.
Sounds
a
good to me.
sweet, salty mashup. What's going on with you? Any newses? Anything?
No.
No?
No, how about you?
No.
Okay.
Just rocking and rolling. No big, yeah.
All right.
Just going for it.
You want to do hot topics then?
Let's do it.
We're boring.
We're
okay,
boring
let's
today,
go.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Topics. Okay, did you see this? NBC News reporter Kerry Sanders almost got blown away yesterday while he was out covering Hurricane Michael. Look at this. Ooh. Oh my gosh. He was reporting from Panama City Beach, just a few miles from where Michael made landfall. It was a Category 4 storm when it hit, winds 155 miles an hour. As he struggled to stay on his feet, look at this. This is Jim Cantore of the Weather Channel who stepped in to help. He's
built like a brick house anyway.
Yeah. He was reporting just a few feet away, saw Kerry about to get knocked over, so he ran over. They went to that pole and kind of got under kind of that breezeway area so they could get to safety. Michael is the strongest hurricane to ever hit the Florida Panhandle.
Cantorian faded his live shot apparently, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but I'd rather that than, yeah.
Thanks for helping me. Yeah.
Blowing away. I have met Jim Cantore. When I worked in Bowling Green, he did an event there, and you're right. I mean, he is solid muscle. So maybe he works out. It's his hurricane health plan so that he can stand there
Remember
and
the
help
moment
others.
when some kid tried to run into his live shot and they kneed him?
Yes.
Cantore kneed the kid right in them. Right into Jimmy.
Right? Why do you call it that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never heard anyone call it that except for
What?
you.
Beavis and Butthead used to do it all the time.
Do I look like I watched Beavis and Butthead?
I thought you were on that show. A woman's tweet about her son's dating life has gone viral. Says he graduated #1 in boot camp, awarded the USO award, but won't go on solo dates due to the current climate of false sexual accusations by radical feminists with an axe to grind. Hashtag him too. The Twitter user is taking jabs at the tweet, posting pictures of different things, and one user posted a son. In the caption wrote, "This is my son, S-U-N. It won't go on dates with girls because it's a giant mass of incandescent gas and therefore too hot to handle." Who poses like that?
I don't know. Why is he Captain Morganing? I don't know. It's weird.
Very odd pose.
It's just odd to throw that concept out there. And it just sounds...
Did he throw it out or did his mother throw it out?
His mom did
That's what I'm worried about.
He came back and said that none of that is true.
Oh, he said none of it's true.
He said his
That's
mom
his
is
mom
nuts?
doing weird stuff.
Oh, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Well, a man shooting at a Texas gun range is caught on camera pointing his pistol toward the lane next to him in an attempt to take a selfie.
Oh, that's so funny.
Bro!
Look at these morons.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at this.
Well,
look at this. Yeah, that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, you're done.
Yeah.
Somebody with some sense.
So he not only tries to take a selfie, then he points it at his friend. Well, the safety guard there, jumps in.
Thank you. You're done too.
Yeah, no.
Just for being affiliated.
You guys are stupid. They were escorted from the range, as they well should have been. Range officials posted the video on social media to give the public a refresher in gun safety.
Why even
Both
do that?
men not only
Hey, let
kicked
me
out
point
that
this to your
day,
head.
banned.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
You never point a gun at anybody, loaded or not.
Yeah,
You
never. Never.
Unless you intend to kill them.
Yeah.
You never do that. For crying out loud.
Like, I can't even. That guy's so stupid. Like, safety first. Maybe let's try to give them the benefit of the doubt.
What's the benefit of the doubt?
This is their first time ever handling a gun, ever going on a gun range. But even if that is the case, they tell you these things ahead of time. If you ever go to a gun range, they tell you.
Before you even walk in.
Always point the gun at the ground.
Right.
Never ever point it at anyone else. Do you think maybe alcohol was at play here?
They kind of looked a little inebriated.
Did they?
But I don't think they'd let them in the range if the guy could smell alcohol on
But look,
them.
I'm glad that.
What
Look,
a moron.
Look, I
glad
want to
this
hear
guy
audio.
didn't.
I want to know what he's saying right there.
Yeah. Okay, you're too stupid for this.
Yeah, sorry.
You're done.
Bye-bye.
A Georgia woman calls police on a black man babysitting 2 white children.
What?
The man says the woman was following him and watching him. He went live on Facebook explaining the situation. Says the woman took his license plate number down and called the police, took the kids back to his house. Police showed up, questioned him and the 2 kids, ages 6 and 10. Officers called the children's parents. Parents say, "We arranged for the man to babysit weeks ago." Their son attends his youth mentor program and is a friend of the family. The woman who made the call has not been identified.
Wow. Wow. That's ridiculous. That woman clearly has some biases that she can't get over. Yeah, this is just a prime example. You just can't make
Judgment
call. You can't judge
when you
someone
don't
like
know
this.
what's going on.
You don't know what's going on.
Which is what you see on social media all the time.
Yeah. Let's say if he was at a gun range with those children and pointing the gun at them, sure.
Well, yeah, okay.
He was just babysitting them. Come on.
That's something you'd call the cops for, right?
Yeah. A runner from the University of Oregon has become the first athlete with cerebral palsy to sign with Nike.
Yep.
Justin Gallegos has cerebral palsy. He's a cross-country runner for Oregon. Following his college race last weekend, a Nike rep showed up and surprised him with a contract. Look at this.
He's very emotional. I've seen this, and he loses it.
Emotional.
There's the guy right there, gives him the contract, lets him know, hey, you're actually
You're a Nike
pro
athlete
now because we've just signed you to a deal.
Oh
And I think they FaceTime his parents. You know, he's overwhelmed with it.
Well deserved. Well deserved. That is so sweet. That is so touching. Oh, look at the athletes from the other schools. That's so cool. Way to go, dude.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Well, for a limited time, you can purchase a 77-pack of Natty Light.
Finally.
The new pack is a hexagon shape, described on Twitter as, quote, nod to the year of our creation, 1977. Only being offered in College Park, Maryland, of course. The 77-pack contains a total of 7,315 calories and weighs 65 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
How do you gotta get a truck or something to
I
load that
guess.
thing, don't
I
you?
mean, does this weigh more than a keg does? I don't know.
77 natties.
Gosh, I don't think I've ever had a Natty Light.
Did we not have one when we were at the Natty Shack? Maybe not.
No.
No, because I don't think they had it prepped yet.
Yeah, I wasn't ready when they had it set up at the Barbasol.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually had one. I don't think I ever have
haven't
had
either.
one.
I've had a Guinness.
Interesting. Recently.
Yeah, first one.
That's right. He had his first Guinness
Wasn't
at
bad.
Slancha.
Because you know, I'm not a beer guy. I don't drink beer.
You're not a beer guy. You're
Nope.
really not. I'm a beer girl, but I just never had Natty Light. Interesting. Hasbro has launched a series of parody versions of its classic games. Names of the new versions give you a pretty good idea what they're about. Here they are. Clue, what happened last night? Lost in Vegas. Game of Life, Quarter Life Crisis. Mystery Date, Catfished. He's a she, everybody. Sorry, Not Sorry. And Botched Operation.
Oh.
Uh-oh, that's not good. The games are available exclusively at Target stores and on their website. They're just 20 bucks each, which is not bad.
I used to love Operation.
I used to love Life. My friend and I, in middle school, we would always play that. We loved that game. Operation, I was too stressed to play it. It gave me anxiety.
Wait, because you're afraid to touch the side? And you
Yeah,
get
and the
buzz,
noise.
the noise, all that.
Couldn't do it. Clue, I love. That's such a fun game. Good movie as well.
Have you ever in your life finished Monopoly? I mean, we would sit down and play Monopoly, and we never, ever completed the game.
In
it
my
would just end like,
family-
okay, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it either lasted too long or someone ended up crying or screaming. It started like a fun game and then it ended just.
Yeah, the fun part was getting paid out. You know, when you
That
get
was
your
fun.
money.
Yeah.
I got this money here, and then we start rolling the dice, and it never ended.
I don't really like to play board games that often because I don't like to admit it, but I have a flaw with getting very competitive and I get very upset. Like very angry over stuff. And I'm like, this is so stupid. It's just a board game. And so At the beginning of the game, I pretty much have to zone out and tell myself, I don't care, I don't even want to win. Otherwise, I end up furious if I don't win.
I had no idea you had that side.
I know, I don't tell people that. It's a flaw, and I admit it. Let's never play. You're going to make me play a game, aren't you?
No.
Good, don't do it.
Well, the mermaids are waiting, and you could go see them at the Newport Aquarium's Mermaid Cove exhibit between now and October 14th for free if you win the free tickets we're giving away right this moment.
It's time to enter. Send us a message right now on Facebook or an email to lwlh@lex18.com with your name and contact info. We'll announce the winner at the end of the show. Good luck.
All right, coming up, experience a show like never before.
The circus is in town, but it's not the traditional circus. We'll explain next on Live with Lee and Hayley. Stay with us.